Guys, so today you guys are going to be starting your Photoshop layers activity. You guys are going to be working on this for the entire week and turning it in on Friday. So if you need to pause the video and like pick this up again on a different day, that's perfectly fine because we're going to be working on this all week. Also, I'm going to apologize in advance. My voice is kind of off because my sinuses are messing with me and my nose is stuffy. So I'm going to go ahead and read through the directions. So it says create a new file with the following setting. We're going to have our name, layers challenge. We're going to have 6.5 inches wide, 5 inches high, and our units need to be in inches. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over here. We're going to name it our name, layers challenge. You guys need to make sure that you're in inches first, because if I go here and I type in 6.5 by 5, and it's on pixels, when I go to change it to inches, it's going to change it completely. So make sure you're on inches first, and then we need 6.5 wide, 5 tall. This will automatically put our settings in landscape orientation because our width is longer than our height. We need to change our resolution to 72 pixels per inch. That's what the PPI stands for, pixels per inch. And we need RGB color. Then we're going to hit create. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, that way I can see my workspace, and then let's see what we do next. It says click on the background layer in the panel, click on the padlock to unlock that layer. Then we need to add a new layer for each shape shown below. So we're clicking on the padlock to unlock the layer. And then add a new layer for each shape shown below. So our goal for this project or activity is to try to recreate this picture. So there should be 12 shapes total. So you need to add 12 layers. Perfect. Then it says name each layer according to the shape and color on the layer. So for example, this is a red heart. So I'd come over here and name this red heart. Let's call this shape teal. It looks like if it had a sound, it would say boom. So I'm going to name it teal boom with, it's got a stroke on there. See that outline? So I'm going to say teal boom with blue stroke. And the way that I am naming my layers, I'm just double clicking on there, right on the name. If you double click over here, it will bring up this layer style panel. We want to hit cancel, make sure you're clicking right on the text, double clicking. So we are going to name each layer, make sure the shapes are arranged in the correct order. So keeping in mind that the layer on top of the layers panel will be on top of the other shapes. So for example, for this purple rectangle with a pink stroke will need to be above here. Will need to be above this red rectangle on the layers panel. So purple rectangle with pink stroke needs to be above the red rectangle, because otherwise it will hide that layer underneath that other shape. So we're going to be, I just went through that. For example, the purple triangle is on top of other shapes below, so it should be on top of the layers panel. Does that make sense? So if your shape is on the bottom, it will be on the bottom. So I'll give you a hint right now. This yellow rectangle needs to be on the very bottom of your layers because it is in the back. Then we're going to use the color panel to pick the closest color. That way you can try to match the image below. If there is a stroke on the shape, set the width at 3 pixels. So I went ahead for sake of time and I made all of these in a different file. I have made it before, obviously, but so I made all of these. They're not necessarily in the correct order though. So yeah. So I'm going to click on the red heart and show you guys how to make your shapes. So your shapes tool is all the way down here underneath the mouse looking one. If you click and hold it, it will bring up rectangle tool, rounded rectangle tool, ellipse tool, and polygon tool. So a rectangle, I'm just going to show you guys real quick. A rounded rectangle. And I'm just clicking and dragging and then I'm deleting them because I don't need them. An ellipse tool. This could be a circle or it could be an oval. If you click and hold shift and drag out, it makes a perfect circle. If you just click and drag it, you can make it however you need it to be. A polygon tool. On the polygon tool, you can change the number of sides that it has. So on here, I believe there's a 7-sided polygon that you need to use. So that is how you change that polygon tool. You can change the sides up here before you draw it. There's a line tool, which I don't believe you guys use, and a custom shape tool. So I'm going to click on this. For the custom shape tool, you guys have to come over here on the shape settings and click this arrow. You guys probably do not have all of these, so you need to come to your settings and click large list, and then you will have all these fun tools that you can work with. So for time purposes, also I want you guys to be able to kind of do this yourself, explore the layers. I'm going to make the red rectangle, or I'm going to make the red heart, the green rectangle, the red rectangle, and the purple triangle. So I've already made the purple triangle. I'm going to make it again though. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to use the polygon tool with 3 sides to make a rectangle, or a triangle. I can also come down here to the custom shape tool and scroll down to find a triangle, which I have selected right now. So I'm gonna make a rectangle. The way that you change the color is you come up here to fill. I'm gonna use this because I don't see the color that I need here. So over here it looks like it's a dark purple. So I'm going to go up to purple and make that dark purple. That looks a little more blue, but you guys get the idea. So on here it says when there is a stroke on the shape, set the width at 3 pixels. So it looks like on here there is a pink stroke and I need to set the width to 3 pixels. So I'm going to change the stroke. It looks like a light pink. And you can't notice how you can't really see it. So that's why we need to change the stroke to 3 pixels. Perfect. My triangle isn't really turning, so I'm going to hit Command T. Again, I clicked on the shape using the Move tool. Click on the shape, and I'm hitting Command T. And then I'm able to turn that shape to where I need it to be. If you hold Shift while you turn, it will make it pop into place. Okay, then I need to hit Enter. Also, I just realized I didn't put that on the purple triangle. So I'm going to name this layer Purple Triangle with Pink Stroke. Perfect. And I'm going to move this up. Okay. Now I'm going to make this red rectangle. So I don't know if I have, okay, I'm going to make a new layer, red rectangle. I'm going to click on the layer and then click on the shape, click and hold, and it'll bring up these options, and I'm going to hit rectangle tool. I'm going to go ahead and change the fill to red, and I don't think, nope, it has no stroke. So then I'm going to go ahead and try and line that up to make it look like this picture. Notice how on here, like what just happened? My rectangle is above my purple triangle. So I need to click on my purple triangle layer, click and hold, and drag that above my red rectangle. So I'm just copying this image, trying to. Then I'm going to make a lime green. I'm going to make this rounded rectangle. So notice how those sides are rounded. So I'm going to make a new layer and name it lime green rounded rectangle. Then I'm going to come to my shapes, and there's actually a rounded rectangle tool, so that's perfect. I'm going to use that. And I'm going to click and drag that, and I'm going to change my fill to lime green. Let's see, is that good? Yeah. If at any point you accidentally unclick from your shape, and you need to change the color of it, you can come down here on your layer and double click that. You can also click the properties, but the easiest way is to double click this, and you can change your color that way. Now, the lime green rectangle looks like it is in front of the red rectangle, but it's behind this shape. So keep that in mind when you guys are beginning to start doing that. The last shape that I am going to add before you guys get started is the heart. So I'm going to go to Custom Shape Tool, and I'm going to look through this and find a heart. Hopefully I haven't passed it. Oh look, that looks like it might be that shape that you use. The boom. Oh, see, I was right. Okay. Where is that darn heart? Oh, here we go. Here's a heart. I'm going to keep scrolling and see if there's... Oh, okay. I want to use this heart because this heart looks a little bit wider. So I'm using the heart card shape. And then I'm just clicking and dragging to draw that heart. Mine looks a little bit not right. So I'm going to click on my heart and hit Command T and transform that. And then I hit enter, and I'm going to move it up here. And you guys will kind of have to play around and see how you can rearrange it. So again, to change the height or width of the shape, you hit Command T after you click on it. You can change that, you can move it, you can turn it. To turn it, you have to have this little curve feature. To go back, you hit Command Z just like we did in Illustrator. My heart is lime green right now because I forgot to change the fill, so I'm going to double click on my shape and I'm going to change it to red. Also, I'm going to name my shape layer red heart. So you guys are going to play around with this until you get all of your shapes into that. Your goal is to kind of make it look like the picture. Obviously, they won't all be perfect. That's why it's a layer challenge, because you're trying to copy this image. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Make sure you watch the video all the way through. And then let me know if you have any questions. Good luck, guys.